right, let's get Terminator out of the way. This is this is the Judgment D Train or something.
Oh wow, not even into it enough to come up with a good pun. That's unusual. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't care.
No. Yeah. I'm just gonna go with H-bomb because there's a lot of bombs in this movie, and the movie itself was a bomb, so it works out.
The movie was a bigger bomb than I realized doing research for this fucking podcast.
Yeah, it surprised me too.
Look at this domestic grosses, Henry.
I know.
Anyway, hey, this is a bonus episode. We're talking about Terminator Dark Fate, the most recent Terminator movie. It came out back in Nov.
Yeah.
Is that right? Do you have a day?
Sounds right. Oh, I do have a day. Yeah, November 1st.
November 1st, sure. 2019, and on a budget of $196 million. So here it is on the U.S. charts, Henry, for the year. And I forgot what a bomb it was. I was looking up in the top 20, because it was such a big movie.
Right. Not even close?
No, it came in at number 45, Henry.
Oh, my, that's embarrassing.
It made slightly less than the number 44 movie, Notorious Bomb, X-Men Dark Phoenix.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And opened in more theaters than Dark Phoenix, by the way.
That's also hard to... Boy, Dark Phoenix. Damn.
Yeah, but it beat Terminator.
Wasn't that fucking bad?
It was better than this.
Of the darks.
Yeah, and it made slightly more than A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which I think is an embarrassment for Terminator Dark Fate. The little Mr. Rogers indie?
Oh, boy, Jimmy Cams wasn't going to be happy about this.
No, is he going to take his name off of this? He can only be involved in successes?
Of course. Oh, God, you imagine being in the offices where those fucking phone calls would have been great to listen to.
He's never going to take any fucking responsibility for this. Are you kidding me? So anything they say is, well, I didn't direct it, or, well, the promotion. He's going to blame, he's going to get the entire fucking Universal Studios production, promotion team fired.
And I didn't write it. I just came up with some story ideas. They weren't used.
Yeah. No. They neglected to use some of my better ideas. Is it Universal that puts these out? I never even know because it flew around to so many.
Wow.
It looks like Paramount in North America and 20th Century Fox in other territories.
Yeah. Wow. Yep.
Yeah. It made 261 worldwide and only 62 million in America.
Oh my God! See, I don't differ. 62 million bucks here,
and that's what it deserves, Henry. Honestly, I wish we could do this episode in 5 minutes. If this is your first episode of the franchise and you fucking found us, like you were looking for a podcast that was covering this movie, this is not the podcast for you. All right,
this is not the episode for you. This is not the episode for you.
We covered the fucking Terminator franchise, the first 5 of them anyway, and now we're doing this one. I'm on record as loving the first 2, and after sitting through all of these sequels, I changed my mind. I hate these movies so much that I'm retroactively going to hate the first 2.
You're retconning your own opinion.
Yes.
I love it. Didn't happen. Those opinions did not happen. Just like the timelines in this movie. No, fine.
Because you know what? All of these sequels betray what simple, stupid movies all of them are. It's just a series of goddamn chases with a robot. It just had the alchemy of the right score and the right actors at the right time in the first 2 movies. I'm telling you, in hindsight, I don't think the first 2 are any better than these. I think this franchise fucking sucks. It's a shitty idea done shittily over and over again.
Oh, my. Scathing reviews. I actually agree with most of what you say, my friend. But you're the big fan of T2. As we both know, I like the first one the best.
Fuck T2. I'll just listen to Use Your Illusion from now on.
That's a good point. Or watch the music video. You
Yeah.
get the Terminator too.
That's true. Best of both worlds.
Yeah. But they do start with our original show that we ever did, where Dan posed the question to the audience, and one of the premises would be, are sequels, and when they are made, are they necessary? And we will decide that. And I believe that this is a franchise where, boy, oh boy, man, the sequels here, they are never trying anything new.
All a sequel has to do is make a case for itself as a movie that exists in this world. Listen, I'm not a snob. I host the franchise. I give shitty movies great reviews all the time. I saw Bad Boys for Life this week, and I loved it. It might be my favorite Bad Boys movie. And you know why? It made a case for itself. It raised the stakes, and it proved that it earned that.
Yeah. And things like Friday the 13th, while some installments are very shitty, each one does something in it that has like a different take, an interesting twist.
It's a routine that works, man.
Yeah,
Listen, there are certain routines that work. That's why there are great sitcoms out there. Listen, fucking, Norton and Ralph hatch a scheme, right? And then they watch it go down the shitter. That's a good formula. I'll watch that a good few times. Yeah. This Terminator formula isn't entertaining.
Yeah, you go from he's a bad guy to a good guy to a bad guy to a good guy to a nebulous guy sometimes, and then ending up being good.
This is just like Crocodile Dundee going back and forth from America to Australia over and over again.
and we are just, unfortunately, we're just obsessed with this timeline idea. I mean, maybe one of these movies could just, and they've fucking done it already, where they've tried to just say, well, these ones didn't happen, we're ignoring that one. This is just maybe try, and I'm not saying anymore. I mean, it's over. But like in one of them, fuck the timeline. Show me what the world is like in the future. Let's never go back to the past. Let's not even talk about
Henry, you're wrong. You're wrong, because they already proved that's not interesting. We did the one where we're only looking at the future. It was called Terminator Salvation, and it was dull as fucking dirt.
But they're always referencing back to shit. I'm saying, whatever. I found Terminator Salvation pretty entertaining, but that was...
If they were ever going to do it, it was here, man. Listen, the Terminator was a hit. Somehow T2 was an even bigger hit. Yeah. They make all these shitty sequels, and now it's 2019. You've got Linda Hamilton back. You've got Arnold Schwarzenegger. James Cameron's on the creative team.
Yeah.
If they're ever gonna make a good movie,
that's true.
It's now.
True, and I think what you said earlier though is correct about A Sign of the Times. I mean, I remember when T2 came out, one of the biggest reasons that people went to see that movie was the word of mouth about the special effects that in 1991 were fucking mind-blowing. Mm-hmm. And so that is one of the big reasons that I knew that movie so well back when it came out. And now the bar to that just doesn't really exist.
Honestly, the last movie that was a hit off of its special effects is Avatar.
Purely because of the draw.
People wanted to see that 3D, man.
Yeah. You're right. Now it's kind of like, oh my God, the effects in Endgame were so much better than the effects.
No. See, something's changed now. It's intellectual property. People are going to see movies due to intellectual property. The problem with Terminator, I think, is that sequels have become just episodes of TV shows. Franchises are just TV shows now. Sometimes they have a spin-off like Hobbs and Shaw, and then you tune back in for the next season of the regular show, which is F9, coming up soon. Right?
Sure.
It's like Hobbs and Shaw's Fear the Walking Dead, and then you go back to season 9 of The Walking Dead.
Or it's like the Skywalker saga, and then we get a Solo.
Right,
We get
exactly,
Rogue One,
exactly. So we do that, but the thing with Terminator is it's the same thing over and over again. It's just repeating itself. So it's never the next episode. It's like you're
No.
watching one movie just remade over and over. Terminator, it's like A Star is Born. They shouldn't ever call the next one like the next thing in the franchise. It's just the remake of the same movie. We're every generation we're gonna remake this fucking movie, The Terminator.
I mean, it is really the same situation. It's the same goal. In this one they literally just changed. They got the. I mean,
cowards, the fucking cowards making this movie to not just put Edward Furlong in it.
Okay, first point of discussion, or 68th, depending on how you listen. Why was Edward Furlong not in this?
Oh, I don't know, because he's like a fucking junkie who's beat the shit out of his wife numerous times.
No, I thought maybe it was their choice or his choice. I didn't know, or if he was even around anymore. I had no idea. Isn't that what he's doing right now?
I think if someone said to Edward Furlong, "Do you want to be in the new Terminator movie?" he would do it.
Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know how he was doing.
I think James Cameron was literally like, "Will CGI him into like 30 seconds," and then,
which also total waste of money. Could have told us the Eddie Furlong story in a line.
Yeah, it was a waste of money.
No flashback needed,
and it looked fine.
It looked fine, but it was also a totally redundant and confusing flashback. You see Arnie come out the water, and then we learn, which something we didn't ever hear this before, but he wasn't the only Terminator around. There were thousands of them all over the world.
What? Thousands?
Dude, Linda Hamilton is now making a living, or not making a living, it's her mission. When he comes out of the water and
kills I got the sense that it's like when in Independence Day, like when they invaded the planet, they just like put little ships over all the major cities.
But I never got that impression with this franchise.
I think they sent No. I mean, that's the sense I got from this particular movie. Yeah, we're ignoring the first, the everything after 2, right? This is essentially T3, and it's 2019, so diversity is in vogue. And James Cameron, in his infinite wisdom, instead of just like having a diverse cast, is like, well, we're gonna kill Edward Furlong and then reveal that there's another savior, but this time she's a person of color.
Yeah, and we're not even talking about the plot. There's no real need.
That's what I'm bringing up. This person of color.
Okay. Go ahead.
Do we know this actress?
I looked up her filmography.
Her name is Natalia Reyes.
Right.
Okay, and is it that she's the chosen one, right?
Yes, a plot twist, by the way, which I saw the minute she walked on screen.
Did not even realize it was supposed to be a plot twist. I took it as fact.
Well, no, meaning that they keep alluding all the way in the beginning. This is part of the plot in the beginning, where she's going to have the kid that is going to be the savior.
But I thought we were always supposed to know that, and it was just the characters were going to figure it out at some point. And then when it was revealed, it was like, oh, they're revealing this to me too.
Yeah, no. Then you read it like I read it. Yeah. No, right away I was like, no, that's what they're going to do this time in order to change it up. I had that thought. I was like, they'll change that up. They'll just make her the savior, and they did.
And can I say something?
We said it briefly on the other show. Go ahead.
God bless diversity in Hollywood. It is so needed, and representation matters and is important and crucial. Natalia Reyes in this film gives one of the worst performances I have ever seen in a big budget Hollywood movie. It is astonishingly bad.
Yeah.
It's like she'll never work in this town again. Bad.
You think it's that bad?
No. I think she will work in this town again, just because that's where we're at right now.
But I think it's on the level that it's that bad.
I think if she gave this performance in the 80s when no one gave a shit about women, she'd be laughed out of Hollywood.
Yeah. You see, this is one of those movies that's so busy that her bad performance was bookended by so many other things that while I noticed it, and it was a palpable sensation throughout the movie, it didn't, that wasn't what I ended with. I didn't end with like, oh man, like fucking, that was just her. She was terrible because, you know,
I mean, it's a character that probably never had any chance of being interesting.
No, I don't know who could have done that, but we've brought this up many times. Someone with some charisma. You know who could have? I'm just going to say right here. It just popped into my head because you were mentioning Fast 9. Michelle Rodriguez could have done this if they were looking for like.
Forget it. It's simple. I'm 100% certain that this role was offered to Ana de Armas and she turned it down.
Oh. Yeah, see, she would have been, but she's somebody who doesn't even need to talk, and she's got that fucking stare and all that shit. She's great. Yeah. This one's got nothing. This one's got nothing. But on
there are two good performances in this movie.
All right. Okay.
Because
I'm thinking of one. I'm thinking of two of them, but yeah, I don't know.
There are only two.
Ooh, let's see if we agree on this. I don't know, and I don't think. By the way, I don't think either of them are like outstanding.
No. Nor do I.
Okay, go ahead.
But I should say a couple of nice things.
Sure, yeah. All right, maybe we'll agree. Go ahead.
Mackenzie Davis is always good.
Okay.
She's a great actress. I'm always excited to see her, and she's given nothing to do in this movie, and she still acquits herself pretty well.
She was one of mine. Yes, and she was the one I have to bring this up.
Honestly, if you put her in T3, alter a couple things, and put her in the Kristanna Loken part, that may be a slightly better movie.
Oh yeah, sure. When I was looking her up, this doesn't happen too often, dude. All right, when she came on screen, I never saw her in my life. I don't know who this fucking person is.
Really?
Right? I'm thinking.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know her. I don't know her at all, but I like her. And then I look at her filmography. I have seen her in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movies.
Okay, well,
and I didn't recognize her at all.
Everyone out there should do themselves a very important and worthwhile favor and watch her in all 4 seasons of *Halt and Catch Fire*, one of the best shows of the modern TV era.
She was also in one of my favorite shows ever made, which you refused to watch, and I don't remember her in that either. Black Mirror.
Oh, well, I won't watch that. But yeah, she was in Blade Runner 2049. She was the best part of that movie. She was the hologram hooker. Remember that scene in the apartment where
where he's looking out on his balcony and sees the giant
No. There's a scene where he's with a hooker.
Oh, yeah, that's her?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I think she's got different dark hair or something in that. I don't fucking know, man. I didn't remember that. Okay. I saw her in Smashed. I don't remember her in that. I saw her in this fucking low-budget Amy Ryan movie called Breathe In. I don't remember her in that. I saw her in The Martian. I don't remember her in that.
There's such a thing as an Amy Ryan movie?
I was going to say Guy Pearce, but let's face it. She was in Tully.
Oh, she's fucking Tully.
No, I didn't see Tully. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't see Tully.
She's the titular Tully.
She's the titular Tully. I didn't see it. Yeah. But anyway, I didn't know her. So
she's
anyway,
great.
she's good.
She's great. So that's one good performance. Here's the other good performance.
Ooh, I don't know.
I thought Schwarzenegger was pretty good.
Yeah,
this was the most engaged I've seen him in a Terminator movie since T2, for sure.
Schwarzenegger is like McDonald's. You go in, you know what you're getting. It's very
That's
rare.
not
that
true, though. He seems so fucking checked out in Genesis and
okay, right,
and even Rise of the Machines.
But you always get sometimes a bad burger. It can happen. You can get some overcooked fries, or undercooked. It's going to happen every once in a while. But okay, he wasn't who I was thinking of. He's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
He made me smile.
Bearded, low key.
Yeah. But I thought you were going to say the guy I thought they should have given more fucking lines to, because he's just a remake of Robert Patrick.
Oh,
but I liked Gabriel Luna.
Fuck, whatever.
I thought he was fine.
He was nothing.
It is nothing, but I thought he was fine. But they throw him on there, and then he's got nothing either. They don't give him.
But he doesn't add anything. Like all I'm asking for, because the material is so piss poor, I'm just asking the actors to bring a little extra juice. And so seeing Schwarzenegger's eyes like actually engaged in the project, that was a little extra. Or Mackenzie Davis bringing her own brand of like actual acting talent. That's interesting to me. I didn't see anything extra in that villain character at all. I mean, I didn't think he was significantly better than that Asian dude from Genesis.
Oh, I did. But yeah, I forgot. Actually, I completely forgot about that guy. Yeah.
He was actually playing the Robert Patrick character, right?
Exactly. Another one where they had the Robert Patrick character.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the elephant in the room, shall we?
Oh, who's that?
Who'd be the elephant in the room there?
You mean the Nana in the room? Knitting me a sweater in her favorite rocking chair?
Look, man, I felt bad because, we really praised her to the high heavens in our episode of the first Terminator and then her transformation in T2. And I don't know. I feel like in this that she is into it, but she's just not.
She's definitely engaged.
She's just not on the notes. The notes are totally wrong. I don't know.
I don't know, man. Clearly, this sort of thing can be done. The Halloween franchise has managed to successfully dig up Jamie Lee Curtis twice.
I wanted her to be nominated for an Oscar. I wanted her to get nominated for an Oscar for that.
You did.
Yeah. Linda is just, I don't know, man.
It was like, I don't know, man. You ever watch like a Tim and Eric episode and your mom walks in and she's like trying to figure out what it is?
No, yeah. It doesn't need to be your mom. It could be anyone who doesn't know what Tim and Eric is.
I'm just saying, like, anything sort of wacky and weird. Say you're like, I'll be like listening to hip hop, and like my mom like tries to give it a go. Like, let's see what this is all about. That's how I pictured Linda Hamilton reading this script.
Really?
Yeah. With she's got glasses on a chain. And she's
not that old, my God.
But I don't know how old she actually is, but she gave an air of just being ancient and out of touch. I mean, this is a performance again that just didn't seem like it belonged on the big screen.
Yeah, well,
like if this is how Linda Hamilton acts at this point in her career, then she shouldn't be outside of a Sharknado.
Right. She's 63, by the way.
That's young. That's got to be younger than Curtis.
Well, the one I'm thinking of that can bring the A game, and like I could fucking see this person coming back for an appearance in one of these movies, and I just feel like she'd give everything and we wouldn't feel this way, would be Sigourney Weaver. She'd come back.
Of
Aliens
course.
Kick it out of the park, man.
Weaver has shown up in genre fare like The Cabin in the Woods and Paul, and she's great. She's always great. She does it.
She's so commanding, and that's, if I do say so myself, I think that's the word. I think Linda Hamilton is just not what I was expecting. I was kind of expecting her to come on that screen and just be like, dominating, and she's just not a presence.
No, she sucks. Listen to this, Henry. recast, make the same movie, Dark Fate, and imagine Linda Hamilton died years ago, and you need to recast Sarah Connor.
All right.
And you recast, I say put Patricia Clarkson in it. How much better a movie is that?
That brings a really different dynamic. And it would give Patricia Clarkson something that she's never, ever done.
Yeah, and she deserves.
Totally unique. Yeah. Patricia Clarkson.
Or how about this? How about this? Ellen Barkin.
Oh, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Ellen Barkin would kill it, man.
There are so many incredible actresses around this age. Helen Mirren, you put her in a Fast and Furious movie, she acquits herself perfectly. She doesn't seem out of place for like a single second.
You're right.
I'm telling you, Linda Hamilton, this is like a C. Thomas Howell situation. Like, she should not be seen outside of Sci-Fi Channel original movies.
And I also
forget Terminator 6. I'm telling you, Sharktopus 6. That's what she should be in.
Sharktopus. Yeah, I think it is also the fact that the other people you named are not rusty in any way. They kept acting. They kept doing. They're still going.
Linda Hamilton, I believe, has remained acting.
Ooh, I don't know. I don't know about that. I thought she took a long hiatus.
I think she just stopped appearing in things you would consider seeing.
Check her out, because I thought she took.
Look, exactly as I thought, Henry. In 2014, she was in a Sci-Fi Channel movie called Bermuda Tentacles.
Get the fuck.
And that's where she belongs.
Bermuda Tentacles?
Oh, that's right. She was in Chuck. She played Chuck's mom on Chuck.
Okay. Maybe she was more comfy in that. I don't even know that it's Linda. I'm trying to be nice. I don't even know that it's Linda Hamilton. I don't think she's not Sarah Connor anymore.
She's out of her element. Oh. Be sure to carry a gun. Make sure you have some ammo.
She's got no teeth.
And bring a scarf to the apocalypse.
All right. She looks just fine.
Make sure you set your alarm for Judgment Day.
Dinner at 4:30. I gotta get you this gun because I have a bridge match later.
Look,
on hot yoga.
It's just a bad fit, man.
Listen, Carl. It's cold in here. We get some heat.
I mean, is there anything else you want to say? We didn't talk at all. I mean, we brought up Cameron, but the actual director of this piece is a fella by the name of Tim Miller. And, of course, it was written by massive committee by a bunch of fellas, including Billy Ray, who is a very good screenwriter, probably best known for writing and directing Shattered Glass.
He wrote a lot of cool movies, though. He wrote the very underseen and underrated movie that I think you liked, and I love.
Flight Plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah. No, of course. He wrote the first Hunger Games. He wrote Captain Phillips. He wrote that movie Overlord, the J.J. Abrams thing. He wrote Breach, which is all right.
Breach. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good writer. And, of course, professional superhero ruiner David Goyer involved.
And Tim Miller only had one directing credit to his name. And
Tim Miller is our director. He stayed back from directing Deadpool 2 to direct this.
That was probably an error.
I think, honestly, it wasn't. I don't think, directing Deadpool 2 would have done anything for his career. But this didn't go great.
Yeah, he's taken a... I don't know, man. I don't know who I wonder who approached him, just because, Deadpool, as much as we make fun of it, the first movie was entertaining. It's tiresome.
It shouldn't be ignored that he got his start as a special effects supervisor. So Cameron probably appreciates that.
Yeah, more than appreciates. That's all he probably needed to fucking hear.
Yeah.
Cameron probably never even heard of Deadpool.
He might have.
Actually, he asked Todd Phillips to do it, but he was busy.
I bet he would. Oh my God. Anyway, I got nothing else to say about this. Do you?
I think it has one or two cool action sequences.
Which ones? Because we didn't talk about anything.
Yeah, I think at the end, I thought that whole thing by the water dam, I thought that was pretty neat. The hydropower plant, I like the sequence when we first see Arnold. That's not an action sequence, but I like that.
Yeah, no, that was good. I liked all that, and I liked. I actually liked the weird relationship that he had with his wife.
Yeah, it was very
weird. He lived in, where was he? And he had taken a wife.
Texas, and she doesn't. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous. I mean,
Alicia,
because he says
which by the way gives us the wonderful opportunity to hear Arnold Schwarzenegger repeatedly say Alicia.
We always want to give him multisyllabic names to say. Yeah. It's very strange though, because I thought he's explaining their relationship very simply, but that's all fine that, he doesn't have sex with her, and he explains it's platonic and all that. But then there's a line where I think it's Linda Hamilton says she doesn't know what you are, and he's like, no. And it's kind of like, well, wait a minute. Like, why would the screenwriters...
That doesn't make any sense.
Right. Like, why would the screenwriters go through all this trouble to establish an interesting kind of thing here, and then say, well, we should probably say she's never discovered that he's a fucking robot? It's like, why would that even happen? I'm already stretching my imagination to try to believe he's developed a personality simply because he executed Eddie Furlong.
And everybody believes that his name is Carl.
Right. Exactly. So he wouldn't tell Alicia?
Yeah. Alicia, my name is not really Carl. I come from the future. I murdered a boy.
Oh, did you have an accident outside with the lawnmower? Why aren't you bleeding? Nothing happened in his life in their time together in the 16 years or whatever he's been with her that would illuminate
They should remake Unbreakable with him as Bruce Willis and her as the little kid.
I am not a robot. Some people don't bleed. Very, very strange. Another dumb decision. But
have I ever been sick?
Put more weight on it. Keep me away from water. Get to the chopper. Yeah. One of the things that made me cringe a little bit, we close with this, was just, and it is a little bit of a knock against Linda, but every time, somebody, especially when they teach, what's the girl's name? Natalia Reyes. I don't know her character's name. I don't remember. All right. They teach her how to shoot a gun.
We're never going to see her again.
That's a good point. Every time that, she comes to some sort of tougher realization or skill, Linda Hamilton gets a shot of her face going yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh God.
There's a shot of her looking confident for once, and then a shot of Linda Hamilton going my little girl.
Yeah.
Fuck
yeah. Or when she tells Arnold, when we're done with this, I'm gonna fucking kill you. It's like, all right, I get it.
God. Yeah, the Terminator really dodged a bullet with her.
Yeah. He dies, he sacrifices himself, just like in 2.
Yeah.
Exactly the same way.
Instead of giving a thumbs up, he gives devil horns. I don't know. What?
Right. He melts himself into oblivion. And I don't know, man. It just goes on and on and on and on.
It was all right. It was just the same fucking movie. I was so bored, and it's just shooting and chasing. I'll tell you what. I also, the half-hearted bullshit politics in this movie. I had to live to see a scene where it's just Sarah Connor, but played by Linda Hamilton in her 60s, versus ICE.
Right.
There's a whole scene where she's just fighting the ICE agents.
And then she lets them all free. She lets them all go.
Yeah.
On her way out. Or she does. Yeah, I know. I don't know what.
Yeah,
I don't even.
She must be some kind of fucking Democrat.
That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
Mm-hmm. She looks like fucking Elizabeth Warren.
Oh, Elizabeth! I got news for you. Elizabeth Warren looks a lot better.
You're not wrong, Henry. What do you give this movie?
I had the same. I never changed my rating, even through our talk and through the 2 weeks that elapsed in our recording it. It's a solid 2-star.
I knew you were going to say that, and I think you're a coward. This is a 1.
I'm not a coward. It's not a 1. It's because it did not.
I'd give this 0 stars if I could. I found this movie offensive.
I disagree. So I disagree with you. That's not. If I would have no problem giving this a 1. No. I think that it's a watchable thing because of Mackenzie, what's her face, and
Davis. If I
don't think it's a complete piece of shit. I mean, I think
gun to my head, I'd let them shoot me rather than watching this again.
See, I don't feel that way. It's a subpar movie that I'll never watch again. But it was not a wholly unpleasant experience to watch it. I didn't feel like that. I did feel like I wasted $6 and yada yada yada. I was very glad I didn't see it in theaters. But it's not.
God,
I don't think it's a 1.
Piece of shit. I mean, look, if this was the 3rd Terminator movie and it came out in like 1998 or whatever, like then fine, maybe it's a 2.
Right.
But after all this fucking time, after all this nightmare of forcing us, we restarted this franchise 3 goddamn times. We kept failing. And then, this one's the real one because James Cameron is there. And you give me the same bullshit, terrible movie in different clothing? Fuck you. This is a 1.
All right.
The MVP is Mackenzie Davis and the LVP is Linda Hamilton. And hear me out. The other girl gives a better performance than Linda Hamilton, but if we're talking about the least valuable... No, you're right. You know what? You got to give it to the other girl. Because by virtue of being Linda Hamilton, Linda Hamilton adds a little bit of value to this movie.
Sure.
So I think the least valuable player is actually that other girl.
Okay, yeah. I would say the
Natalia Reyes.
Yeah, I guess she'd be my LVP too, and Mackenzie Davis the clear MVP. But I mean, my LVP. I mean, I'm giving it a 2, but my LVP could be a lot of different performances here. But I'll just jump on your bandwagon there. I wouldn't have a problem giving Linda Hamilton the LVP or a plethora of other people we end up meeting for 5 seconds. But yeah, 2 stars for me, 1 for you.
I truly hated this. Do you have no superhero count?
No,
Did you just not bother?
We're doing a double, and the tradition on bonus has become we're not doing it.
Okay.
All right. The tradition on bonus is just
All right, I'm done then.